Hey everybody, today I'll be taking a look at Cable Car, which is a re-implementation of Metro by Dirk Henn. It's a route building game where you're building a cable car network in San Francisco. So let's take a look. This is the setup. It's easy, every player gets a color and you put the wagons out, the car wagons out, based on the rules. Depending on the number of players, it tells you exactly where you have to put at which stations they are numbered. You have to put the wagons. So this is a setup for a 4-player game. A turn goes really easy. Just pick a tile and place it. Now there are some placement rules. First, you have to always put it face up, so the board is facing with the bottom here, the top is here. So this tile has to go this way. As you can see, the houses would be correctly like so. You can't place the houses sideways or upside down, so this also has to go like this. You can't rotate. So I always advise players, wherever they're sitting, rotate it the way you have to put it and then find the best spot to place it. You can play at your own color or another color, that doesn't matter. You just have to place face up at the border, so all the way here, or bordering a tile that's already there. So you have to place at the border or here right now, and after a while you get more options and you play the tile where you want. There's a third rule: you can't finish a route that's only one long, but I will zoom in a bit and this will get more clear. So we're a bit closer now. That rule I was talking about, this is not allowed because this orange would only score 1 point. It's only one long, and that's against the rules. So it has to be face up, bordering the border or another tile, and you can't make a network of only one long. Now scoring works very easy. Like I said, it's just the length of a track, and you can score one tile several times. So let's say a player does this, then this orange one scores 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. So as you can see, he went over this tile twice, here and here, but it counts as 2 points. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Then you turn it this way so you know you're scored, and over here there's a point track around the board. You just put the orange marker at the 6. So it's just a point for every route you take. And there's a bonus. Let's say somebody would put this tile over here, then this route of yellow would score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2, because it went to the central power station. So that's 10 points. So what you're actually trying to do in this game with your tiles is making routes, long routes that go to the power station, so you get double points, or just messing with your opponents by making their routes really short. So anytime you draw a tile, my tactic is just see where it can help you, and if it can't, see where you can do the most damage to an opponent, and in preference the opponent that's winning. So you can really screw each other by finishing each other's routes, making them really short, or just set them up to be short, or you can try to make your routes really long or set them up to be long. In this game there's also an advanced variant which isn't in Metro, and it adds a stock holding element. Here all 8 colors are out, independent of the number of players, and you no longer own one company. Instead, each player starts with 4 cards, a 10, 20, 30 and 40% of a company, and that's his share of that company. Now on your turn you can do the same as in a normal game, just pick a tile, place it and score for the company that you finish the line. Or you can trade one of your cards for the ones that are open. So let's say here is a black 30%, and let's say your 30% is orange and orange is losing really bad. What you can do in your turn, instead of picking and placing a tile, is secretly giving your 30 away. So you start with a 10, 20, 30 and 40 in secret. Nobody knows what you hold. Put it away, take the one that's open and reveal a new one. So the gameplay is the same, but instead of picking a tile, you can do a switch with one of your shares that you have of a company. Scoring during the game is the same, but at the end of the game you determine the value of each company like so. So you play the same, let's say yellow ended company ended with 41 points, blue, orange, green, red, brown, purple and black. Then you take cable cars and you put them in that order on this track. So you look at their position at the end of the game, and players gain the percentage divided by 10 multiplied by this number here. It sounds complicated, but it isn't. So let's say you have the 40% of red. That's 4 times 4 points. That earns you 16 points, and you do this for every card. So it's the first number of your percentage times their position, and there's a bonus. Let's say with this 40% you own the most shares of the red company of all the players, then you get a bonus, a tenth of the points they scored rounded down. So red scored 27 points, a tenth is 2.7, rounded down is 2. So that's 2 points. So with this card he scored 16 plus 2, 18 points, and that's how it works. So the player with most green shares would get an extra 3 points, just same for orange and blue, and the player who owned the most of yellow would gain 4 points, and their shares times 8. So that's the advanced variant. So in conclusion, I really like this game. It plays very fast, it's beautiful, as you can see. The art is great, components are great. It's fun when you kind of accidentally make a huge route. So maybe you were building something up over here. You place one tile and you get this huge route going all over the board to Central Station. That can be awesome when it happens. It's a constant back and forth because, like I said, on your turn you try to help yourself or screw somebody. So the other players keep the leader in check, so it's always a very tight and close game. So screwing each other goes really easily. The advanced variant adds a lot more strategy, and it adds some decisions, because when you trade, everybody knows what color you took. So you start with a 10, 20, 30, 40% in secret, but when you make a trade, everybody sees what you took. So they will start sabotaging that color often. And also you try to figure out what everybody's colors is, and that's not that hard, but you can try to mask it. So you try to help your 40% company, but not too obvious, so players won't start blocking you. It's my favorite route building game, I think. I think it's better than Metro because it's actually the same, but with better components, better art, and this variant, which is fun. It's better than Suro. Indigo is also a good one, but I like this one even better. A bit more because it handles 2 to 6 players and it has that advanced variant, so it says that puts it higher up on my list. It's also a great gateway game. Like I said, really easy. Pick a tile, place it. It's fun building the network, so this works great as a gateway game. And if you need a bit more weight, you can play the strategic variant with a stock holding element. Also good as a gateway game is that it's always really close, because like I said, you keep each other in check. Except in the 2-player game, of course. There you can have big gaps. If one player really is better or plays better than the other one, you can have a big point difference, but with more players it will always be very close. So more players will add more chaos though. It isn't as good with 5 and 6, I think. It's still fun and okay, but you have less control. There's more screwing. In a 2-player game there's a lot of control, so the more players The less control, the more chaos, but still a lot of fun with all player counts. So I think this is a great game. If you want a roots building game, why not this one? I recommend it highly. Cable car from Dirk. See you guys later.